I'm excited. This looks like Gonzo to me. Yeah, get those flyaways. Oh my, look at that. Hi guys, it's Jess, and I cannot contain my excitement because the new Dyson Supersonic hairdryer attachment is here. And I cannot wait to try it. It's supposed to instantly smooth and hide flyaways, which yes, hello, hide them all. This came at the perfect time because I have a hair appointment today. So not only do I get to test it on my natural curly hair, but I'm gonna be able to test it on a nice smooth blowout because my hair always starts to frizz right after I get a nice blowout, which drives me insane. I love using Dyson products because when we've tested them in the beauty lab, they have measured to be significantly lower heat than the other hair dryers and hair tools that we have tested. So they are scientifically less damaging on your hair. Yes. Wait, she's so fat. Whoa. This looks like a question mark, which pretty much reflects the way I feel about it. I love that Dyson stuff is all just like super simple and magnetic. This looks like Gonzo to me, doesn't it? You know, like the Muppet? Gonzo, will you make my flyaways donezo? I'm seeing a lot of videos where people are using this on smooth blowouts, just like tame the top like this. But I'm super interested to see if it can get into like these little places where I normally, even when I'm having my hair natural and curly and I want to style it a little bit, I'll take a flat iron and I'll go into these little pieces here to like get, just like stay in line, you know? And then I'll use a curling wand on the end. But if this thing can just kind of like smooth out my hair without me having to use a proper flat iron, that would be amazing. Let's go give it a try, come on. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to GH and let us know what other cool products you want us to test. Here's the before, by the way. So we'll just like, look at that in here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I can definitely already see that it's a lot smoother than it was, but let's get like these under guys and see how that works. Oh yeah, I can feel that's getting everything it needs to. Oh my God. Yeah, that's way less fuzzy than she was before. Let's look. I'm impressed. Like this is the side that I haven't treated. Look at all of these little flyaways and baby hairs. And then this is the side that I did. Much more sleek, much more flat. No shade for these guys, but they drive me insane. So if you love yours, more power to you. I'm gonna do this side too now that we can see. I'm excited. Yeah, instantly smoother. Look at that. That's so cool. God, I freaking love you, Dyson. Let's keep going. Oh my, look at that. Wizardry. Oh my God, that is really cool. Look how much smoother the top is. This is exactly, if I'm going to like, if I air dry my hair and she's too crazy, what I do is like flat iron the top of it, flat iron the sides, and then I go in with a curling wand. And this is pretty much exactly what my hair looks like after the flat iron part of it. But sometimes I find that the flat iron makes it too pressed and neat looking, especially when the ends of my hair are looking pretty much like this. So this is like the perfect tool and the perfect middle ground to have like the sleekness without having like the, oh, I straightened the top of my hair circa 2007. I'm pretty impressed right now. Between my hair appointment and before I go out tonight, I will check back in. I will use this if my hair has started to fuzz, and we'll see. So like this was it on curly hair. I'm not mad at it at all, and I'm very impressed. Next stop is Unoya Hair Salon, where I'm gonna go get my hair colored and trimmed and styled, and I'm gonna bring this magnetic wonder to my stylist for her to put on her hair dryer. I know she uses the same one as me. I'm really excited. This is really cool. So this is pretty nifty. Do you feel like it is like a different use case than a brush and hair dryer, or?
I do feel like it's doing a nice job smoothing.
Yeah.
And I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't know what to expect.
Did you see yourself using it?
Absolutely.
On yourself?
other clients for sure. Definitely on myself.
It is doing a pretty good job. Like, that's no flat iron.
No.
And I have some pretty intense hair. Look at that.
Pretty nifty, if I dare say so myself. Wow. Yeah, I'm into this. This is cool.
Yay.
Very different. It's nice to have something to finish a service with to make it feel more polished that's also user friendly. I think this is an easy take home for a client.
Nice. I did my hair earlier. I flat ironed it and I curled it in this like crazy multi-step process to get this beautiful look. But as I'm getting ready, it's humid out and like look at all of this. Oh, very nice. Thank you, curly hair. Like, why do I even bother? I don't know. This is like the perfect example. I'm like really excited to be able to show you how it works. Oh my God, instantly fixed it. That's so wild. Yeah, get those flyaways. Yeah, I would say it worked. I think it's safe to say. You can even see like where I stopped, how that fuzz is popping back up. Color me impressed. Before, after. Oh, who is she? And how do we exile her? Oh, like that. Got it. I love seeing it like pick up those stray hairs and just like suck them into submission. Well, it's definitely less fuzzy, that is for sure. But will it stay? It's the real question. I mean, I also am not sure that the way that it holds up is indicative of this, but more just indicative of my hair. I'm still really seeing a great use case for this. Okay, so I'm gonna take this hair for a spin for the day and I'll check back in after and we'll see how it looks. Okay, it's been 4 hours and a long walk by the water and a lot of humidity and she's frizzy. That always happens. All considered with the way that my hair looks right now, I feel like the root compared to the ends where I used a curling iron and a flat iron, and the root where I used the DYSON attachment, I feel like the root actually looks smoother than the ends do where I used curling iron, which is very interesting. I guess my conclusion for the day is that my hair is gonna frizz no matter what, but the DYSON attachment kept it less frizzy than maybe a curling iron or a flat iron might have. Sabina, tell me a little bit about how you guys test hair dryers in the beauty lab.
We usually first evaluate them by their price point, voltages, and how available they are. After that, we do kind of two things. We do lab studies that are pretty intense, and those studies last maybe like three months, 3.5 months. And in the meantime, we also do a second part of the study, which is we test them with a consumer. In the lab, we measure the speed of drying when we use a real human hair on swatches that look something like this. We test air volume flow. We test the surface temperature. We test the air temperature. We also weight all of the hair dryers with their cords. And we also measure the cord length as well. So there's a lot going on in the lab when we do the study.
So you have so much qualitative and quantitative data on what makes a hairdryer actually good in the lab and with consumers, which is amazing. So I would love to hear why we love the supersonic DYSON so much.
When we tested the supersonic first time in 2016, it did perform really well. It had the strongest airflow and it also dry hair the fastest. And the best case scenario is when our lab measurements also are echoed by our consumers and testers in the field. And people did really like the supersonic.
Okay, so you love the DYSON, I love the DYSON, the lab loves the DYSON, and the consumers love the DYSON. I've been testing out the new Flyaway attachment, and I think you have as well. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are on it and how it works.
So this attachment utilizes Coanda effect, which is aerodynamic phenomena, which we also seen in air wrap, especially in the curling barrels. If you remember, it's really well shown there, how it grabs and catches hair. There are actually two airflows from this attachment. One wraps around this semicircle and pulls a longer hair away from the rest of the hair, kind of gets it out of the way. Where the second airflow comes straight at the probably like 90 degrees or something angle and pushes flyaway in the hair tress. So pushes them out of the way inside. And seals them that way so they do not come back. The more aligned hair it is, then also it reflects more light and it appears shinier. When I use this, it just looks a little more polished, but it doesn't compromise for volume, which is really nice. Like the flat iron will make my hair very straight, but I will lose a little bit of volume that I have with the flat iron.
So are flyaways and frizziness the same thing, or are they different?
Flyaways are caused by static interaction that allows one or two hair strands to pull away from the body of the hair and they kind of float around. While frizziness depends on many different factors, mainly the type and texture of the hair, the degree of curliness or waviness, also the environmental factors and the degree of damage. So there is a big difference between the two.
So this attachment retails for $39.99, or if you buy the Dyson Supersonic set, it comes with 4 other attachments for $399.99. So yes, it's an investment, but oh my gosh, does this thing work?